Hello, Leo. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. So, my sweet pussycat tribe, we're going to find out what you're hiding. What are you hiding? You sneaky little pussycats. So, we are going to, it's an interesting reading. They are very, very interesting. They're really deep. I start with what do you have at the bottom here? You have child wounded. Oh boy. Not necessarily your card, but it's what's under there after the pre-shuffle. So, like I was gonna say, yeah, there's a lot of like pulling out deep wounds in some of these readings this week, or just giving you a really interesting look at how you function and what. Yeah, it's been pretty interesting. So this is the archetype deck. I'm going to start with that, and then I'm going to go into the Oracle of the Radiant Sun, and I just have my teeny tiny Everyday Witch deck for tarot card to pull out. So, Leo, Pussycat Nation, we're going to get started. I'm going to look kind of, there's six points to this spread. I'm going to kind of look at, the obvious you. What is obviously you? And then we're going to look at what you're hiding. Why are you hiding this part of yourself? And then we're going to see how this affects your relationships. Get some advice for you and the outcome if you follow the advice. Now, it is a general reading. Because it's general, it may or may not resonate. If it does resonate and you're drawn to it, there is an extended, and the link to that is at the top of the description within this video. All right, Leo. Your cards are, okay, not quite yet. I don't feel right. The cards don't feel right. Again. It was mediator, if that meant anything to anyone. Oh, you are really the hermit. You seek solitude to focus intently on inner life. Serves personal creativity. I mean, this is obviously you. So you're somebody who, I don't know, keeps to themselves. Now, this is a funny thing because I just feel like myself, it's not an energy that Leo is necessarily their natural state. I feel like they're a little bit more adventurous naturally, but I feel like this has been a state for you for a little bit. Because I do recall for like the last few months pulling out this kind of energy for you many, many times. So definitely you're going through some sort of period here where you're changing and you're transforming, and you need the space to be able to do that and become familiar with yourself and really hear yourself and be able to guide yourself. And when you walk out, the door each morning, or if you've been in kind of a more secluded period of time, to know how to walk out that door, to feel like yourself. So seeking solitude to focus intently on your inner life. It serves your personal creativity, though. Okay, what are you hiding? Oh boy, Messiah. Serving humanity with humility. My goodness, what is this creative stuff that you're doing? That feels and sounds really, really beautiful. So what you're hiding that you're not really just in this hermit mode. Like the hermit tends to be, looking within self, finding answers within self. This feels a lot more like finding answers within self, but also connecting and tapping into, it's a little bit like that Gemini. Was it? Yeah, Gemini's reading. It's a bit of a sacred space. I'm going to call it out for that for you guys. It's a bit of a sacred space. Very, very, very humble. These are very, very humble. Extraordinarily humble energies that you are. How you're recognized by others. But I feel like you have a deeper connection to kind of the cosmic energy than what people are going to see on the surface. That's really, I guess, how those two are kind of coming out there. So why are you hiding this? Well, it seems pretty sacred without having to ask. Okay, hero, heroine. So passion for a journey of personal empowerment. This is beautiful. Wow. Yeah. it does feel like you're not going to let any negative forces outside of you affect how you elevate yourself, how you bring yourself up from where you've been before. And I mean, before is pretty much any point that came before this day that you're watching this video. So you're finding your personal empowerment. You're probably finding that in new and different ways and many different aspects of your life, and probably being challenged on some level with it, because they're climbing a mountain. So you're definitely working through some challenges here. At times it's probably feeling like an uphill battle. So the last thing you need is maybe any outside influence that feels like it's going to push you down that hill or down that mountain. Right now, it's almost like, you know, if somebody is pulling you, if you've got a climbing partner to go up this hill, it's the universe. The universe is your climbing partner. But you are serving humanity in some level here. I'm curious what that is. Maybe it's none of my business, but I am curious. I'm curious because it feels like there's something kind of creative here. There's also a sense of maybe like someone who would do, you know, like what are those Meals on Wheels, like someone who would donate their time to maybe do some Meals on Wheels. You're still kind of keeping to yourself. You're driving to wherever they're preparing the meals. You're letting them load them in the back of the car, and then you drive them and, you know, drop them off at the door. It does have a bit of that energy. Like you could be doing some selfless things as well as what you're doing for yourself here, but it's not readily obvious to everyone around you. Okay, so how does this affect your relationships? Child eternal, determination to remain young in body, mind, and spirit, ability to see things with fresh eyes. Ooh, this has a sense too of like trying to release the weight of the world, the weight of everything that has come in and to you through life up to this point. So you want your relationships to be lighter. You want your relationships to feel fairly free and unencumbered. You really want to be able to see. You want to be seen, I think, through fresh eyes, because this feels like whenever you're finished this energy, you would be kind of different here, but connecting on this really godly sort of spiritual energy is going to bring you to your inner child, to your deeper soul. And your deeper soul is eternal. It is very, very old, but it is also very, very young. Advice for you. Oh, Jesus. You have monk none. Selfless devotion and single-minded dedication to spirit. Oh, just keep doing what you're doing, Leo. That's all I'm going to say. You're on the right track. If, you know, if maybe you've had some people guilting you, oh, you're not coming out enough, you're not doing enough of this or that, or I don't know. Well, I'm telling the universe is telling you to do what you're doing right now, to keep doing it. It's beautiful. It's good for your soul. Outcome if you follow the advice. Slave. Surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. Wow, you guys are about to go pretty deep. You know, I would, if you want to, only because this feels like the pre-energy to what I read in Gemini. I love this energy, guys. I think it's absolutely amazing. This is beautiful. This is the kind of energy that changes the world. I mean, if enough people are doing this, that invokes natural, holistic change. It just resonates like a gentle wave. Yeah, so there you go. Surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. Now, there could be a slippery slope here with this. I don't see it in the cards right now. Let's see what other cards come out. Because there are some points along the journey where you are asked to make choices. You know, so you're probably along some sort of fated path here where the divine is trying to take you to fate, to a point in time where you are meant to be there. You're meant to experience something, but then once you get there, you receive yourself there, then it is time to make some choices. So with it, like, when you get to a point that it feels like I need to make a choice here. I need to stand up for myself. I need to really choose my direction. I need to decide if this is the path I would wish to continue on, or do I want to go over here? That's the time to make a choice. But I feel like you're sort of being led. Allow the universe to keep leading you here. You have a good connection between you and the universe. So you're being asked to maintain it, and it will take you where you're meant to be, where you're meant to end up. Just a tidbit of information too, with that Gemini reading, in the extended, they were being asked to pull away from so much divinity. And that's kind of like the point where you're meant to live. Now you're meant to make choices. You're not quite there yet. You're on the path to meet that energy. But yeah, the divine will not tell you to always give up your right to choose or make decisions. But what is this? Mentor, thief, and father. Passing on wisdom and refining a student's character. Sheds light on the potential wealth within you that can never be stolen. Talent for creating and supporting life, positive guiding light within a tribal unit. Wow. It just kind of feels like you're almost in preparation for something. Like maybe some of you are about to meet a path where you are about, like for the more masculine energies, maybe you're about to become a father, or maybe you're about to meet someone that you will have children with, or maybe you're about to make that decision and say, you know, I've reached certain goals in my life. I think I want to get ready for something deeper. Or maybe you want to become like a big brother or a big sister. Like, and for the feminines as well, this could, I mean, there's just a lot of masculine, every one of these is a masculine depiction in here. So it could be too, like just getting ready to mentor someone younger than you, getting ready to take on the responsibility. I want to say too, it's really kind of beautiful to teach others, perhaps. Like a positive guiding light within a tribal unit comes in after you realize the wealth and the potential within you that can never be stolen. It almost feels like that feels like a beautiful thing to mentor, doesn't it? You're in process of becoming that to impart it upon others. Maybe you're being mentored by spirit right now as well. You have, well, I'm not ready yet, but you have criticism and romance. Mars and Venus. Well, that's interesting energy. Come on. Your cards, I think that you guys, your cards have been a little bit jumpy lately. Look at this. Simmer down. All right. Who are you? You are the monk. You are practical. Doing really practical things. You know, this is interesting because it doesn't feel like someone who is completely withdrawn from all of their responsibilities and the things that need to get done. You're still kind of dealing with the practical aspects of life here. And the moon in Capricorn, there's sort of a sense of planting some seeds, having planted some seeds. It almost feels like letting them grow naturally on their own. Like you've done some sort of work here, and now you're just taking some time for you and allowing these seeds to start to germinate and sprout. And these could be things within you too. This could be like very metaphorical, like things within you that are starting to grow and sprout. Seeds, ideas that have been planted within you, that you've planted. You've taken the time to do this in a very practical way. You are showing up as very earthy, I'm going to be honest, because the Hermit, and this is the tarot card, would be Virgo, and then you have this Capricorn card. So you are to others seeming very practical, very grounded, very sort of steadfast in whatever it is that you are doing for you right now. So what you're hiding is this Messiah and order. Wow, more earth energy. Now we have moon in Virgo. We had moon in Capricorn, And now you have moon in Virgo. Some of you may even have these placements. You may even have your moon signs in some sort of an earth energy. But this is like the things that, look at this. This is the things, this is all the stuff in a row, and now it's growing. It's almost as if getting everything in the right order. Preparing, realizing that the first thing that needs to really be in order is you, is yourself, is everything within yourself. And now the things outside of you will be able to grow. So that's what you're hiding. I think there's things outside of you, but with the guidance and the help of the universe, of God, source, however you want to describe it, is helping things to grow outside of you because you spent the time to grow things within you. So why are you hiding this? Because you are becoming your own hero or heroine in your own story. You have a passion for your own journey of personal empowerment. Oh, I love this. Wow, look at this. So manipulation. Jupiter in Scorpio. I'm going to read that card. I'm going to read that card. So, but you know, it doesn't have to be like, dun, 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 dun. It kind of feels like, if anything, it's right, like not allowing any outside energies to manipulate the path or the focus that you have. I mean, I think on, yeah, it's just sort of like, the story just got really, maybe for some of you it is very deep and nefarious, but, yeah, let's go right to it. Let's see. Let's just see. So why are you hiding yourself here? Jupiter in Scorps. Jupiter in my Scorps. Okay. The events this could be around: a difficult legal problem, persuasive promotion or propaganda for a person or project, detective work to prize out someone's secret. In a reading, this card may warn that one is following a false or manipulative person. Scorpio's natural rulership of the 8th house shows a benefit from an inheritance or heirloom. Well, that's really interesting. There might actually be someone around you that's manipulating you or manipulating a situation, and you are trying to guard your energy as best as you can from that. This could have something to do with a legal problem. Someone might be trying to prize out your secret. Because I don't really see you focused on anyone but yourself here. So that's why I'm looking at this thinking, well, what is a Leo doing trying to prize out someone's secret? If anything, you're pulling out your own secrets, which it could be that. It could definitely be that. But for some of you, you could be dealing with someone, this card may warn that one is following a false or manipulative person. You could also be recognizing perhaps false or manipulative storylines that were you picked up from life, from, you know, people that, it could be siblings, parents, all sorts of people that could fall into that for us. And people don't necessarily mean to have a manipulative effect on others. Some outright do, but I think most people, we see our own storyline, and then we try to apply that to other people if we're not kind of working on a more free will sort of method of operation. So that's interesting. There's definitely a sense of protection here, right? It has to do with your personal empowerment, getting out of something that is manipulative. How does this affect your relationships? Child eternal. You're determined to remain young in your body, in your mind, in your spirit. So there definitely is a sense of protection here. Not allowing something negative to penetrate your being, your thoughts, your energetic resonance. Appreciation. Moon in, wow, look at all this moon. Moon in Leo. This is a cornucopia. Oh, guys, you know you want me to read that one for you. I mean, there's probably people here who have their moon in Leo. That's why they're here. So let's see how this affects your relationships with people. Moon in Leo. A lavish occasion, theatrical event, children's performance, pride in an achievement, short-lived fame, excessively dramatic behavior, family party or gathering. I don't know if you're trying to like remove yourself from those types of energies. When this card appears in a reading, it can indicate a powerful need for reorganization in some aspect of life. I feel like that's what you're doing. There may be a feeling that those around are not responding appreciatively enough, provoking an unhelpful or over-the-top response. The card can also indicate emotional dependency on a partner or close friends. Positively, if the card does not refer to the questioner, it can portray someone popular, generous, and much admired by others. Now that's interesting. Okay, what I'm getting from this is that there might be someone around you who's a little bit over the top, and it's not very helpful. It's not helpful, and you're trying to pull your energy away from that a bit. Your energy is pulled away from pretty much everything and everyone almost, except the universe, with this spread. I do think a lot of people definitely appreciate you. Of course they would. I mean, being Leo, you're going to be very lively and generous, very gregarious. Just, you know, you're kind of like the spark of life in a party or in a group, and often carrying the burden of responsibility in a family dynamic, in a work dynamic, in a group dynamic. Just the Leos that I've ever known often are carrying quite a bit of responsibility that others don't feel that they can carry, so they put it on Leo. So you might be even just stepping away from that for a little bit here, and maybe some people are being a little bit over the top. Like, what's going on? Why aren't you coming? Why? I need you. You know, sometimes you need you yourself. Huh? That's interesting. All right. Outcome. Oh no, advice. Monk none. You keep doing what you're doing. Selfless devotion and single-minded dedication to spirit. Don't let anybody sway your path. Wow. So this is principle, and it's Jupiter and Sagittarius. It just has such like a Hierophant energy. I know it's not, right? It's not Hierophant. I almost want to read this one too. But it just looks like this, the sun and the moon coming together. You have so much moon energy that's already come out in this reading. And I'm just assuming that the majority of people that are coming here are, their sun is in Leo. Now, this is expansive and movement. I would just feel that very much so with Jupiter and Sagittarius. And the sun and the moon are here. And it just looks like it looks like a Pope's cap. And it's being risen above some sort of obstacle on the bottom here. This is the first one that I've done where I've gone into this book so much. Jupiter. Sag. Jupiter and Sagittarius. The events this could be around. Okay, advice for you. Planning a grand tour or world trip. Being completely immersed in a new philosophy or religion. Conversion, the need to persuade others of a philosophy. Wow. Okay, guys, with this, like talking about like religion, conversion, philosophy, all of that too with this monk nun, that's some serious advice. You're almost receiving perhaps sort of downloads, insights, intuition, dreams, meditative messages that are going to be worth sharing. When this card appears in a reading, it will raise a matter of principle or life philosophy that is particularly related to the question. The question is, what is the advice for you? It is honestly to take on some sort of new and profound philosophy about your own life. Well then. Outcome, if you follow the advice, is this: surrender your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. I almost feel like some of you might be taking on how do I say that with a thing in my mouth? I can hear it, but I can't say it. Monastic. Did I say it right? Very monk or nun-like lifestyle. God, you have mentor and father too. Optimism. Another moon. Moon in Sagittarius. Wow. This is a really, the synchronicities in this reading. 1, 2, 3, 4 moon placements. Moon in Capricorn, moon in Virgo, moon in Leo, moon in Sagittarius. That might even mean something. You guys know me. I'm not a big astrologer in any way. I have like my little cheat sheet here. But I know some of you are quite versed in it. I don't know if that means something or if some sort of connections or conjunctions that go on with these that are appearing in this reading. But we have optimism, and I feel like the moon in Sagittarius. Where are you going? Where are you growing? What is your knowledge that you're acquiring? Oh, right. 2, Sagittarius, thinking about higher learning. You're about to be taken on a journey of a very highly and profound learning experience. And it does feel like down the road, it's meant to mentor, father, and even if you're more feminine, I still want to say father people, because there's different senses of like this yin and yang energy and how masculine and feminine to utilize it. So fathering others, being a positive guiding light within a tribal unit, exhibiting your talent for creating and supporting life. So these could be projects down the road. At the bottom, you have charity. As I say that, projects down the road. Saturn in Cancer. And then there's risk under that. Saturn in Aries. And then, so much here. Moon in, another moon, a moon in Aquarius. And a Mars in Taurus. Defense. I do feel like some of you are going to have a very strong capacity to come to the defense of others. And that might be in some sort of charity work. I feel like you will have quite a bit of independence in this work that you do. These might be too like independent energies that don't really have others looking out for them. It doesn't feel like you're quite there yet, because you are in a very, you're almost preparing for this. Well, let's do a tarot. I said I'd do 1 tarot card for each of this as well. Okay, who you are? Go check on my bird after this reading. I have to check on Sunshine. He's a little yellow finch. I have tons of them that come to my bird feeders. And I went out this morning because the bird feeders that I have, there's big holes along the side for the birds to eat. And they were all plugged up with like hard snow. So I went out and I was pulling them all out. And actually it was Lily who found the little bird, little Sunshine. I noticed she was smelling something over by the house. I went, it was there's a little yellow finch, and he was on the ground and he didn't look great. And he was just sitting there huddled up and he didn't move. So I reached to pick him up and he tweeted at me. I was like, okay, it's okay. So I held him in my hand. I took my mitt off and I put him right into the warmth of my hand. And his tail was frozen solid. And so I thought, I'm just going to bring him inside. I'm just going to bring him inside because it's like -20 wind chill. The weather changed dramatically yesterday. And I don't know if something happened to him. The winds really picked up. We went from yesterday, it was +8 and raining. And then it changed. And so the rain turned to snow. We got high winds. And so I don't know, there's a ton of snow out there. My American friends, I don't know, inches, centimeters. I would say there's probably easily that much snow that came down in just maybe about 6 or 7 hours. And then the wind chill was -20. So you can see what an extreme change in the weather. So I thought, I'm just going to take him inside. I don't know if he flew into the side of the house or something. I don't know what happened to him. So anyways, I brought him in. I tried warming him up. And then I thought, I can't hold him all day. So I got a little Lego box, and my son ripped up, not paper towel because it has chemical in it, just regular napkins, ripped that up and put that in the box for him. And he's in the spare room right now in a sunbeam in the box. The doors are all closed, so if he does get better and flies out, he's just in one room, and he'll probably land on my big umbrella plant. But yeah, so I was checking on him every hour. He seems a little better actually, and I'm hopeful, although I've done this before where sometimes I find creatures can get a little bit, any animal, any person, even my stepdad when he passed away was non-responsive for days, and then just minutes before he passed, he opened his eyes and saw my mom for the last time. So, you know, there's always that. So I don't know, but his sunbeam's going to go. I don't have a heating pad, but what I have are all those, because in my community channel, I posted asking everyone to send him healing vibes. I have, you know, those little things that you shake and you put in your mitts to keep your hands warm, those hand warmers. I have like boxes of those. So I'm going to put about 4 underneath his box with a little blanket between his box and those hand warmers. And those will just like radiate a consistent heat for him. Sorry. So yeah, my little yellow finch, you call him Sunshine right now. I have to go check on him after this. So going back into your reading there, Leo. Sunshine, see? 8 of Swords. Yeah, so yeah, I can't go there right now. I don't want to be poking in on him constantly though. I gave him a little tray of water and finch seed. I don't think he's interested in me. He's just, I think his body temperature is trying to get back up. And just, yeah, I feel like the world isn't against him. Who you really are. You look at you got the 9 of Pentacles with the Hermit. Practicality. Oh, you are like an empress in waiting. An empress in protection. So you are being very divinely protected right now. You are also taking practical steps to protect your energy and to protect yourself. 9 of Pentacles 2, I believe that's Virgo energy. Now over here, what you're hiding, the Messiah order, your moon in Virgo. Gosh, it almost feels like, yeah, it's talking about that 9 of Pentacles. Hiding the wealth that you build within yourself and around you. Your protective fortress. Jesus Christ. She's a 4 of Pentacles. Yeah, you are in a very protective energy right now. You're protecting your wealth. You're protecting, and I feel like this is in all physical aspects. This is very practical protection. This is even on some level looking after your physical well-being so that you can focus on your spiritual well-being. Because you can't do, you really can't. If you're in a survival mode, if you don't know where your next meal is coming from, if you, right, like a little Sunshine down there, he needs his physicality protected before he can go back out and live a little spiritual life with all his friends. So there's some sort of meaning in that, isn't it, for you? Okay, why you're hiding yourself, why you're hiding this, you're being your own hero and heroine here, and perhaps navigating yourself around manipulative energy or people or places. The 5 of Cups. What you see outside right now is disappointing. So it's better to stay inside. What you see outside of yourself is disappointing. Focusing on. There might be some focus on past disappointments. But there might even be some sort of recognizing something here about, you know, the things in the past that didn't turn out the way you hoped, that there was manipulation around that. Could have been how you manipulated situations and you're kind of growing and moving beyond all of that. How others have done that to you as well. How this affects your relationships. Appreciation and child eternal. The Knight of Pentacles, very practical approaches moving forward. Really taking on all this practical. You are like just a little earth sign right now, Leo. You are just a little earth sign with your fiery ember burning internally here. Yeah, look at that. Look at the fire burning within this hermit. The advice for you, be a principled monk or nun. 10 of Pentacles, no, 10 of Cups. I was going to say Pentacles, 10 of Cups. Wow. You are being asked to take this outside of you at some point, for sure. But be guided to where this goes. Be guided to where you take this beautiful energy, because you're going to grow things with it. You will be on the path of true emotional fulfillment if you follow this light within, if you follow this light that you're being guided in with the divine, with service to humanity and with humility. Okay, the outcome here. Being on this path, complete trust in the divine, optimism. The Tower. Ooh. This could be just a severe switch in energy, which I could see here, because there's no fire. It's not an ounce of fire. Ah! Oh, I shouldn't say that, because it's Moon in Sagittarius and Jupiter in Sagittarius. So there is fire energy. Oh, and then you had the Moon. Ah, I'm lying. Here you go. Now you have the Knight of Wands at the bottom. Oh, yeah. Ready to go. Ready to... It might be one last thing that you need to do to get to the top of this mountain. And there's a dragon to slay. There is a dragon to slay. And here you come to slay the dragon. Oh, I like that. It took a long time to get to it, but I feel like it is. It's almost like preparation to slay the dragon. And the dragon feels like it could be some sort of manipulative force that's been in your life in the past. Maybe it's still in your life. And however that shows up. But I feel like that's the dragon. And you're getting ready to slay the dragon. Oh, nice. Nice, Leo Pussycats. I am going to go do your extended, my friends. I'm going to use tarot and oracle decks. I'm going to ask how you can improve your relationships. What your inner child will tell you about what you're hiding and how to release your true potential. Thank you so much, Leo. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.